Long ago, in a world full of magic, there lived a king and a queen. But their hearts felt sad because they wanted a child to rule the kingdom one day.
It has been 10 years since our marriage, and still we have no child. When will this kingdom have an heir?
Don't worry, soon we will have our child. Tomorrow I have invited a famous magician. Hopefully he will bring us good news.
Ah, Your Majesty, my magic ball has a strange sense of humor. It can see into the future, but only up to 100 years. Sadly, it shows no sign of a royal baby to lead this land.
But one wonderful morning, happy news came. The queen was going to have a baby. Within a few short months, a lovely princess was born, Princess Aurora. Aurora's beauty amazed the whole kingdom,
Princess Aurora.
winning the hearts of everyone who saw her. At the birth of Aurora, the king made a great announcement. He declared a grand celebration to honor Princess Aurora's blessing ceremony, inviting all the people of the kingdom and every fairy who lived within its lands to join in the festivities.
Hurry up! We have a big feast to make ready. Gold dishes should shine like the sun.
More vegetables on the main table, quickly.
Bringing the roast and the pastries now. Sauces are perfect.
And so, the magnificent blessing ceremony of Princess Aurora began.
Thank you for having me, Lord Valerius. The hall is magnificent.
The fairies
blessing
and people from
ceremony
across the
now
kingdom
begins.
ate and enjoyed the celebration. And then the blessing ceremony began.
We warmly welcome all our guests, especially the fairies attending our baby's blessing.
Please enjoy your feast.
May you have a bright future. Her voice shall be sweeter than the bird's song. Aurora,
The
you
blessings
shall be the
came
most
like morning
beautiful
rain.
girl in the world.
But suddenly, the winds roared and the sky turned
The weather
stormy.
suddenly turned so bad. This doesn't feel like weather. It feels like something else. Why has the weather suddenly turned so bad? This doesn't feel like weather. It feels like something else. It's her! Maleficent. What does she want? We're doomed. How dare you all forget about me? She's alive? Wasn't she gone for 60 years? Where has she been? How would the king even know she was alive? We didn't know ourselves.
Oh my god! Maleficent! Is she alive?
Well, I wasn't invited, and that was your choice. Now the blessing will be mine.
Magnificent. I had no way to find you.
Of course, all of us fairies get just one blessing to give, don't we? Don't worry, I am the most kind being. I would not waste it on a curse. I bless this child to have a lovely life, but only until the age of 16, for that is when she shall prick her finger on a needle of a spinning wheel and stop breathing forever.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe she's acting like this. What's going on here? My sister has quite the bad fairy temper. This is not good.
Hidden among them was a young fairy watching everything closely, Fairy Merryweather. As the king and queen stood in despair, a gentle fairy named Merryweather stepped forward. She spoke with sadness and wisdom, saying that she knew her sister well and understood the depth of her anger. Sadly, she explained, no fairy among them was powerful enough to completely undo the curse that had been cast, but she still had one blessing left to give, and with it a small measure of hope. She declared that when Aurora turned 16 and touched the spinning needle, she would not lose her life. Instead, she would fall into a deep, enchanted sleep from which she could only awaken by the kiss of a true prince.
Don't worry, I will not accept it. I will chase her to the end of the world, and I order that all the spinning wheels be burned.
The king immediately gave a royal order. Every spinning wheel in the kingdom was to be gathered into one place and burned without delay. He commanded his men to search for Maleficent at all costs and bring her before him. Years passed, and Aurora grew up to be lovely and wise. She was loved by everyone in the kingdom for her kindness and warmth. Meanwhile, the palace guards were told to search for Maleficent, the only one who could break the curse. But Maleficent stayed hidden as Aurora's 16th birthday came near. On the day of Aurora's 16th birthday, the king and queen were deeply worried. The king ordered the palace security to be tightened like never before. Guards were placed everywhere. The palace was on high alert, and both the king and queen remained watchful and anxious, fearing that the curse might still find its way to their daughter.
She might try an attack on the palace.
We must stay alert.
Today is my birthday, so why is it so quiet? Why is no one celebrating?
Nothing happened, my dear daughter. We will definitely celebrate this evening.
Father, why does everyone look so sad?
No one had the courage to tell their princess about her fate. But as they say, destiny has plans of its own. That night, as the princess followed her usual routine and sat reading her storybook, something unexpected happened. Suddenly, a mysterious magical door appeared inside her room. Aurora stared at it in astonishment, her heart racing. Hesitant yet curious, she slowly reached out and opened the door. As Princess Aurora opened the door, she saw an old woman seated at a spinning wheel, quietly working with thread. Startled, Aurora asked who she was and what she was doing. The woman smiled and invited the princess to come closer and try the wheel. The moment Aurora touched it, a sharp needle appeared. She collapsed to the floor, falling instantly into a deep, enchanted sleep. The old woman then transformed into Maleficent, smiling with dark triumph, knowing her curse was finally fulfilled. Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather were guarding the palace from above that night, watching over Aurora. The moment they sensed Maleficent's presence inside the palace, they hurried in without delay. They found Princess Aurora lying unconscious on the floor, and fear filled their hearts. Knowing the sorrow it would bring to the king and queen, the fairies understood that time was short. Realizing that Aurora could not face this fate alone, they decided to place the entire palace under a timeless, enchanted sleep while they searched for the true prince. Their magic spread swiftly through the castle. The chef, shouting in the kitchen, fell silent. The workers cleaning the tables froze where they stood. The guards protecting the palace slowly sank into sleep. Soon, the palace stood completely still, like a house of statues. Even the king and queen were drawn into the same deep, enchanted sleep. With gentle care, Merryweather, Flora, and Fauna carried their beloved Aurora to her bed. As they laid her down, they silently vowed to find the prince who would one day awaken her. Years passed, and the three fairies traveled around the world looking for their prince.
No, he is not perfect for our princess. No, he is not perfect for our princess. No, this foodie boy is also not perfect for our princess. We are so tired, searching for a prince everywhere. How long will it take before we finally find him? I think true love cannot be searched for. Whatever is written in the princess's destiny will one day find its own.
Over time, the story of Sleeping Beauty faded into legend. Thick thorns and wild vines grew all around the palace, hiding it from the world. People began to call it the Cursed Palace, a place swallowed by dark growth where no one dared to go. The palace lay concealed behind walls of thorns, forgotten by the kingdom. Yet, as the old tales say, true love is never summoned, it finds its own way. And so it happened. Far away lived a young prince who had heard the legend of Sleeping Beauty. The story filled him with curiosity and a strange, unexplainable pull. Drawn by that growing fascination, he set out in search of the truth. Step by step, his curiosity guided him forward, pulling him ever closer, until at last it led him straight to the Cursed Palace.
I will find her at any cost. We are going on the right path. Follow me. Finally, I have found this
As the
palace.
prince advanced toward the palace, the thick thorns did not block his way. Instead, the moment he stepped forward, they slowly parted on their own, clearing a path as if guided by fate itself. The prince and his warriors entered the palace in awe. Before them stood a place that seemed sealed for centuries, its halls wrapped in dust and heavy spider webs, time itself appearing to have stopped. Everywhere, the people of the palace lay in deep, enchanted sleep, untouched and unmoving, as though the world around them had been frozen for ages.
God.
At last, the prince reached the princess's chamber.
Far more than I had
There,
ever
upon her
heard.
bed, Aurora rested peacefully, lost in enchanted sleep. The moment the prince saw her, his heart was captured. Without a word, he knew he had fallen deeply in love. The moment the prince gently kissed the princess's hand, the spell that had bound her for centuries was broken. Aurora stirred, opened her eyes, and awoke at last, gazing at the prince in wonder. As he softly explained all that had happened, a magical wind swept through the palace halls. The enchantment lifted everywhere at once. One by one, the people of the palace awakened, freed from their timeless sleep. Maleficent's curse was finally undone, and time began to move again from the very moment it had stopped. Aurora was soon reunited with her parents, and the king and queen embraced her with tears of joy. With full hearts, they thanked the brave prince who had saved their daughter and their kingdom. In celebration of love and destiny fulfilled, the king and queen announced the marriage of the prince and Princess Aurora. A grand royal wedding followed, filling the palace with light, laughter, and magic. The entire kingdom rejoiced, awakening to a new beginning. Peace and happiness returned once more, and Princess Aurora at last found her true love. And so the kingdom lived on in joy, forever after.